What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Shout out to Dor Gunner. What's up, man? Rich Heigl, he's a channel member. What's up, man? He said too bad about Reuben Foster. Hopefully, he can help us later in the season. I agree with that about that. Dwayne has his plug. What's up, man? Enrique, what's up? Enrique said, "Hail to the football team." Yeah, I know, right? Washington football team. Washington football team. That's what they're calling us right now. Rich Heigl said, "Ed, does being on the pup list mean you can't play in the first 6 games?" So Dora Gunner, what's up, yo fam? What's up? Foster, he said Foster can get taken off the pup before the season starts if he's still on week 1. At the earliest he can get off it is week 7. So he is right about that. He will be, if he stays. Same thing with Alex Smith. If he stays on the pup list after training camp and it's week 1, they're both gonna have to sit out 6 games. Now I think one of them might get off the pup list, or even both. Both of the guys will get off the pup list, in my opinion, before the season starts. I think there's a good chance that Reuben Foster can get off the pup list. I wouldn't bet money on it, and I wouldn't bet money on either guys getting off the pup list. But I think at least one of the guys will get off the pup list. I'm gonna get in the chat here too because I know it gets a little crazy here. My aunt, what's up? Good evening, Belinda. My aunt Belinda, what's up? She's a channel member as well. Shout out to her. But yeah, I'm hoping Reuben Foster can get off the pup list before the season starts. He had a nasty injury in March in minicamp with no contact. Had nerve damage. Got feeling in his feet, I want to say, over the summertime. So he's been through a lot with that injury. Unfortunately, if he comes back and plays linebacker for the Redskins, we could have the nastiest front seven in the NFL, in my opinion. Another Bama guy. We want to see him come back. We've been waiting forever to see Reuben Foster play in the burgundy and gold for a long time. It feels like a year and a half, which it has been. So I can't wait to see Reuben Foster play. He's a nasty guy. He runs sideline to sideline, super fast. He brings that speed and that strength that we just don't have, that explosiveness that we need at that linebacker position. So Reuben Foster would bring a lot in that nastiness and that mean aggressiveness. So he likes the Red Wolves name as well, just like a lot of people do. But Reuben Foster, and there was a video of Reuben Foster working out the other day, but he has not been cleared. But the good news is that Bryce Love has finally been cleared. So that's awesome news. I'm happy. I'm excited to see him. I can't wait to see him play. I think people we're most excited to see Bryce Love play. Darius Geis was cleared as well. No surprise. But the big, I guess, kind of surprise was that Bryce Love was cleared earlier today, and Ron Rivera announced that. So that was great. He passed his physical with flying colors, so he's going to be able to play. He's super explosive, had 2,000 rushing yards in the 2017 season for Stanford. And 2018 didn't have a great year where he got injured. And I think he is a 4th-round steal. I really do. I wasn't happy when we first drafted Bryce Love because we had so many running backs. We had Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, Chris Thompson. We still have so many running backs right now. I think we have 6 on the roster right now. And all guys can definitely contribute, from Adrian Peterson to Geis to Bryce Love to Antonio Gibson, wide receiver / running back, to J.D. McKissick and Peyton Barber. I want to see J.D. McKissick make the team. I think he's a versatile guy and can definitely make some noise. But Bryce Love brings that home run hitting ability. Super fast, super elusive, has great vision, great at breaking tackles. So he's definitely going to bring another dimension to our running back core. So Bryce Love could really be a sleeper and a big surprise. He could be a secret weapon coming out this year. So I really hope Bryce Love, he's going to suit up. I can't wait to see Bryce Love play. I really can't wait to see him play. He's definitely going to be a home run hitter. And he just has to stay healthy, just like everybody else, just like every other running back on this roster. Adrian Peterson is the only guy that has been able to really stay healthy at all on this roster. So we got a new channel member. We got a new member in the house. My man's Matt Smith. What's up, man? EDP's in the building. EDP 445. Shout out to EDP. That's my guy. He's in the building. That is the real EDP as well. He came in with the nasty eagle emojis. We need to bring in the little chop. I'm gonna get a new emoji for my channel members. It's a chopping eagle, chopping the eagle's head off. The Beagles. I call them the bum Eagles. I think we're gonna beat him. Marquise Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin is sitting out. For all you Eagles fans, Marquise Goodwin is sitting out. I know a lot of people thought Marquise Goodwin was gonna be really, really good for the Eagles this year, but he's opting out and he's sitting out. He just had his wife had a child. She's had complications in the past, and he wants to be with his children right now. So Marquise Goodwin is opting out. I just heard that Devin Funches Devin Funches has opted out as well for the Packers. So there's more big name. Dante Hightower for the Patriots has opted out. And Caleb Brantley for the Redskins, he opted out as well. So multiple players have opted out. I got a feeling Carson Wentz might opt out as well because he's just probably scared to even play, and he knows he'll probably get injured. So I wouldn't be surprised if Carson Wentz opts out. Matt Smith, thank you, man. Shout out to my man Matt Smith. My man Matt getting big love in his picture, big love in his profile picture. Shout out to my man Matt Smith for becoming a new channel member. Shout out to my man Matt Smith. I appreciate you, man. He's got that cool Chase Young emoji. So let me get to some questions here. I see Washington diehard fan. He's already got the Washington football team logo. So I already see that. Shout out to Andrew Oliver. Also get some shout outs in here. Tap King, what's up, man? Matt Smith says he enjoys the show. What's up, man? DMV Sports Zone, what's up? Dorgan Gunner, what's up? Soy Souls, what's up? And then Juan Gotti talking sports with us said camp officially started. So yeah, they haven't been practicing the no contact yet. You know, a bunch of drills and things like that. No, they won't be having contact drills with pads until August 17th. So that's when they will start having contact drills and hitting each other, stuff like that. Sam Dahl, the infamous 253, shout out. He's a Seahawks fan. Quentin Dunbar is on the commissioner's exempt list. But make sure you sub up Sam Dahl, the infamous 253. He said he's almost 1,000. He said Chance Warman. And they just got Jamal Adams. So the Seahawks got Jamal Adams, but Quentin Dunbar is on the commissioner's exempt list. We dodged the bullet. No pun intended, since he tried to run up and rob people with a gun and when he lost a gambling bet. So no pun intended with the dodge and the bullet. Shout out to my man's AM Hunter with the first donation of the night. Thank you, man. He said, yo, Edo, keep prospering, homie. Yes, sir. Hashtag ACTR for life. Yes, sir. Maybe it might be Red Wolves in the future. Who knows? But yeah, hail to them skins, man. I still got my banner up and stuff like that, you know. So, but I'm wearing my Nats gear right now. Shout out my man. And like, I always got to shout out his profile picture. Always got to shout out his picture, man. We already know what that is. Shout out to my man AM Hunter, man. Shout out to him. He's a channel member as well. Redskins gang, what's up, man? We got a Dwayne Haskins profile. He said, "Are we gonna have a season?" That's a good question, man. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Are we gonna have a season? It's looking tough, man. After I heard the MLB with the Marlins getting the virus, a lot of players and coaches contracting the virus, it just made me think that hey, there's just no way for the NFL to have a season without a bubble, and it's almost impossible for them to have a bubble with 53-man roster. It really is going to be more guys on the roster, practice squad players, things like that. So coaches and even the water boys, you got to keep them around. All the equipment staff, the coaches, all that together is about 80 people on game day. It's a lot of people, man. So it's a lot. And like I said, equipment trainers and things like that, man. The people with the ambulance and hospital, it's just so many people. So many people you have to house them. The NBA and the NHL, the NHL, they went to Canada. The NBA, they're now in Disney World in a bubble. It's less people, less games. Actually, not less games, because the NFL, I think it should only be a 10-game season instead of 16 games. It would just give them less chance to contract the virus with less games. And baseball, they've also lowered their games as well from 160 to 60 games. So I think it would just be better to lower games. I think Roger Goodell is going to try to have a season because money runs everything. Honestly, that's just how it is. The TV deal, the revenue, and all that stuff. And players are opting out already. So the players who don't want to play, they're not playing. So they've gotten that out of the way. They got the opt-out thing. A lot of some big name players might opt out. Like I said, Dante Hightower, he opted out. So more and more guys are going to keep opting out before the season starts. More and more guys are going to keep opting. It gives more opportunities to young guys and some scabs. I think, honestly, there will be some XFL guys that will be playing on Sundays now to fill in for guys for guys that would be starters and more guys that would be playing on if it was back to normal or whatever. I think there's going to be some scabs playing, some XFL players getting an opportunity to play, in my opinion. So that's just how I feel about it. Because more guys are just going to be dropping out. Some guys are going to get the virus. Some important guys are going to get the virus, and they're going to just need guys, scabs, to just fill in. But I think they're going to have a season. I think Roger Goodell's just going to force it. Like I said, money rules all, and he's just going to force it to have a season. And I'm going to watch regardless. The quality might go down because there's some good players who are dropping out of the season. Like I said, the quality is going to go down. But, I'm still going to watch just because I love watching football. I just don't – I could just watch anything. Like I said, I've been desperate. Like I said, a million times. I watch cornhole. I watch bowling because I wanted to watch some live sports. Some type of competition has been that bad. It's been that bad. I've been desperate. I've been loving the NBA bubble. I've been loving it. I've loved it. I'm so happy it's back. I'm happy baseball's back, even though it's going rough for them right now with the Marlins. Florida, they don't listen to anybody. They don't follow any rules, so it is what it is. Sam Dahl, what's up, man? He said, "Yo, Ed, collaboration." So, yeah, we definitely should try, man. We do play the Seahawks this year. We do play you guys this year, and we could definitely talk about we could talk about Quentin Dunbar. We could definitely make fun about Quentin Dunbar. Definitely talk about that. Redskins Bay, that's my guy, man. That's my guy, the OG. You already know what it is. He was on last week. If you missed the stream from last week, make sure you guys check it out. He moved down to Tampa Bay in Florida, which is Corona State, the state of Corona. Basically, how it's going crazy in Florida right now with the numbers. He said, "I'm here, Big E. Yes, sir. I see you in there. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, man." He called into the Doc Walker show earlier this morning. I was listening. I heard him talk this morning with Doc Walker. Lloyd the Hooper says, "Hail to the football team." Yes, sir, the football team. It's crazy that that's our name. It really is. It's crazy. Michael Edwards said, "What's up, GM? What's up, man?" Redskins Bay 12, man. Thank you for another donation, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm happy for you that you moved out of the DMV all the way down to a warm state, man. He said, "Channel members make some noise." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my channel members. Shout out to y'all. MRB said, "Hey, Redskins Bay, I love you, dude." He cracks me up. Rich Heigl said, "If we don't have a seat, what happens to the draft order?" I think they probably won't have a draft. I don't think they'll have a draft. I think college will be pushed back as well. So guys like Clemson will have to wait until the 2022 season. Trevor Lawrence, or he might just say forget it and then just try to go to the draft. So some guys might That's an interesting question. I think everything will be pushed back. Honestly, if there's no NFL season, if there's no college football season, then they might just push it back. Honestly, they might just not have a draft and just wait until 2021 to have a draft and to have a season and all those good things. So I just got a notification saying the NBA might have to have a bubble for the 2021 season. I think it's bubble or nothing. Honestly, if you legitimately want to have a sport and have a smooth progress, I think it's bubble or nothing. It's bubble, but it's just hard to do that for 53 guys. One guy said, we would have 4 host cities, and you would put the guys in college dorm rooms and hotels to have them stay, of course, and live and eat. You got to pay the cafeteria. You got to pay everybody. It's just so much money you have to put into it. But, that's probably the best way to do it, honestly. It really is, and the worst thing is traveling. The guys got to get on a plane and travel here and there. So my proposal, honestly, to have a legitimate, the most safe season as possible is to cut it down to 10 games. And you still play the NFC East. We still play the Bum Eagles. We still play the Cowgirls. We still play the Giants. And you only play them once. You don't do home and away. You only play them one time. You play the AFC North with the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Ravens, Steelers, who else? The Browns and the Bungles. You still play them. And then you play the Cardinals and the other two, the Panthers, and the other opponent that we're supposed to play that's not in our division. So that's my opinion. That's how I think it should be 10 games. That's how I feel it should be. Shout out to Pedro Smith. Make sure you guys sub up to him. That's my guy. I see some Alex Smith comments in here. We're definitely going to talk about Alex Smith. We're going to talk about Alex Smith. We're going to talk about Josh Gordon as well. We're definitely going to talk about that. Let's see here. We got another channel member. My guy, Soy Sauce. My guy, Soy Sauce. Shout out to him. He became a channel member. Shout out to my guy, Soy Sauce. If you do want to become a channel member, the link is down below. Like I said, there's cool perks. You get discounted merchandise from my Teespring. I'm gonna re-up my Teespring. I'm gonna come out with a logo and slap that on a T-shirt and some other things I want to do with my merchandise. I want to revamp that and change that. But there is percentages off. Other perks is the cool emoji. You get a Chase Young emoji. You get a Sean Taylor emoji. You get a Redskins helmet emoji. Other cool emojis that come with it. And then also, if you're an elite channel member, like my man's Redskins Bay 12, man, you get to come on the channel and chop it up with me. We go live once a month. So there's other cool perks that come with it. Franklin Walker, thank you for the donation. That's my guy. He said, "Keep up the good work, Ed Oliver, not the one with the DUI." Yes, sir. You already know, man. Ed Oliver, man. He messed up my name. He stole my name, first of all. Then he goes out there and gets a DWI or DUI, has the beer in between his legs, gets arrested, man. It's just craziness. But I think he was found not guilty. So he got off for that. Matt Smith said, "As long as we beat them dogs from Dallas, I don't care how long the season lasts." Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you, man. I think we're going to split with Dallas. I think we're going to beat them once. I think they didn't improve their defense. I think Alden Smith, they're counting on Alden Smith. He hasn't played football since 2015. He can't stay out of trouble. They still don't have anybody that can stick or check Terry McLaurin. I don't think anybody in the league can check Terry McLaurin or Steve Sims really legitimately one-on-one. But they just didn't get better than me on defense, honestly. They really didn't. They got some older guys like Dontari Poe and Gerald McCoy, old guys. DeMarcus Lawrence, he might opt out. If he opts out, that's a big loss for Dallas. Even if he plays, I think we can still beat him. And Dak just doesn't win big games. He doesn't win big games. So I think he's going to be the Kirk Cousins of the Cowboys. I don't think he's going to be on the roster next season. So let's see here. OKG 2000 said Breonna Taylor. Yes, sir. Rest in peace. Hashtag Breonna Taylor. Make sure you rest those cops. Soy Sauce said, how do you feel about Dez Bryant? Dez Bryant, I don't want to go after Dez. I think he's washed up. The Achilles injury was tough. His route running was really bad with Dallas those last years. His numbers went down, and of course, it was not a catch against the Packers. That was not a catch. So I don't want Dez Bryant. I really don't want Dez Bryant. I wanted maybe possibly 2 years ago when the Saints got him before the Achilles injury, but now he's washed up. I don't even think he wants to play. He's been talking on Twitter that he doesn't really want to play. He thinks he's going to opt out. I remember when our name was changed to the Washington football team, he was like, he doesn't even think they should have a season because of that. So I just don't see him playing. I don't see him playing. Me 703 said no way there is no draft, whether there is an NCAA season or not. There could be a draft. I mean, Clemson, they want to play. The Big Ten is going to play. They want to play. They're just going to play against the Big Ten opponents. They're not going to play against anybody else. And mostly they can drive on a bus to get to those games. They don't have to fly. They can get on a bus and get to those games. So that would be safer than flying, of course, if they just do that. You know, Ohio State drives. That's a long drive, Ohio State driving to Maryland. But the Big Ten, I can see them playing. I can see the Big Ten forcing it and trying to play. I can definitely see that. They're staying in college dorms. Just keep them on the college dorms and make them stay on the college campus. That would be their bubble. I think college football would be safer than the NFL because you would keep, guys like Trevor Lawrence would have to stay in the dorm room. They would have to stay on campus. Clemson, Maryland University, Virginia Tech football, they have to stay on campus. Whereas football, NFL, guys are going home to their kids and their wives and stuff. The kid could go to school, come back home, they could have the virus. Their wife could go to work, come back home and get the virus. Or one of their teenage sons or teenage kids could, be silly and go to a party or to a club or something like that. They come home and they dap their dad up and they give them the virus or something like that. So it's less of a controlled environment. I think NCAA actually could have a season more than the NFL, like I said, because they could keep them on that college campus bubble. So if the Big Ten plays against just the Big Ten and they drive to the games, I know Nebraska's in the Big Ten, so some of the games are just stupid far because now the Big Ten is so many teams in the Big Ten now. So I think college could try to have a season. I wouldn't bet on it, but they can try. Clemson, like I said, Clemson could play against who else in the ACC? Louisville's in the ACC now. They got a bunch of random teams and conferences now. They're way far from each other. That's the only thing that would make it hard for those teams, though. Let's see here. Kenny Man Fitness, what's up, man? That's my guy. Kenny Man Fitness, that's my guy. Shout out to Kenny Man. He says, Local Jackson, what's up, man? Outlaw King, what's up, man? He said they cut down the season. Washington will not make the playoffs. Honestly, I think this is actually something that could actually help the Redskins make the playoffs if they cut it down to 10 games. Because let's say we beat the Eagles right week 1, which I actually have us beating the Eagles week 1. I'm not being biased. I really think we can beat the Eagles. I think we owe the Eagles. We should have beat them last year. We were up 17-0. We should have beat them in the second game. We were up 14-10 at the half. Dwayne Haskins was balling. He was rookie of the week. He had a 26-yard run. He looked as slow as a snail, but he still made a couple people dance and got the first down and more. And the Eagles should be ashamed of letting Dwayne Haskins, who was, 240 pounds at the time, or 230, 35, 250 pounds. And now he's 216 and lost that weight. Imagine if he did that against the Eagles. Imagine if he was 216 and ran like that, and he probably would have got a touchdown against the Eagles. It was that bad. Off of a read option. So I got us beating the Eagles. The Cardinals I have is losing. Let's say we split with the Cowboys, split with the Giants. Or actually, I said 10 games. So let's say we beat the Giants, we beat the Eagles, we lose to the Cowboys. So that's 2 wins right there out of 10. Lose to the Cardinals. Let's say we play the Bengals. So that's 3 wins right there. And there's 7 teams that make the playoffs instead of 6 in each conference now. So I think the shortened season could somehow possibly help the Redskins, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. I think, like I said, let's say we beat the Giants, we beat the Eagles, we beat the Bengals, the Panthers game, we beat the Panthers. So that's 4 wins right there. That's 4 wins. You lose to the Cowboys, you lose to the Cardinals. So that's 2 losses. You play the Seahawks, possibly a loss. Who else is that we play? The Steelers. Let's say Big Ben is hurt because he's so injury prone now. You beat the Steelers. So that's 5 wins. So 10 games could possibly really go in the Redskins' favor, especially in the NFC least. So you just never know. You never know. And some guys are going to drop out. So this is a weird season. This really might help the Redskins out. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Redskins. This really might help the Washington football team out. Redskins Bay 12 man, thank you for the donation again. That's my guy. He said, give me a 2 times. I'm buying off the break. That's my guy, the OG, man. That's the OG. He's probably out fishing down in Florida. Last week, my man was on the stream and he was fishing, man. He was on the stream. He's a funny guy. That's my guy. Redskins game say, man, y'all need to stop that Alex Smith, bro. This is Dwayne Haskins' team. Alex just came off from an insane injury. How y'all know he can still take a hit? Yeah, I do not. Kenny Man, yeah, you can become a channel member. It's down below the link, man. It's easy to do. You can definitely become a channel member. It's real easy to do that. But let me get back to Redskins gang real quick. He says, talking about Alex Smith. So Alex Smith, man, I don't see him playing it down again. I really don't. Now, I'm happy for Alex Smith. He's on the pup list right now. He's on the sidelines practicing, with the trainers and maybe the quarterback coach and Ken Zampese. He's probably practicing with him and, doing some reps with Scott Turner, throwing the football, learning the playbook, of course. But I just don't see him suiting up. And I could be wrong. He probably is going to prove me wrong. He probably will suit up. I wouldn't be surprised. It's 2020. It's a weird year. So anything can happen. But, if you watched Project 11, the E60, if you saw his leg, it was carved up like a piece of turkey. It was carved up like a piece of chicken. It looked like a rotisserie. It was disgusting. It was nasty. You see his leg in the brace. It was like it blew up like a bubble. It looked like a bubble was around his leg. They almost amputated his leg. We all know the story. He almost died. I mean, the guy, I just don't see him moving around and be able to be mobile and have mobility to move around the pocket. And somebody said in one of my videos, they commented said he has a titanium rod in his leg, so it probably won't be broken again, or will be very hard to break again. But it's mental. It's mental. You see somebody like J.J. Watt running up to you, and you don't see him. And the offensive line. The offensive line is a huge question mark. Morgan Moses had a rough year. He's had a rough last 2 years. So many penalties and false starts and allowing sacks. And then you got the other side, Sadiq Charles, who's a rookie. We don't have a decent enough offensive line to really keep Alex Smith upright. So it's a lot of question marks on the offensive line. I would not throw Alex Smith back out there. I know it would be a great story. It would be comeback player of the year, possibly. Even if he throws like 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, he'd probably win comeback player of the year just because of what he came back from. So. But I get it because, it would be good for Dan Snyder. It would get a lot of bad attention off of Dan Snyder from the Washington Post article. You can sell a lot of Alex Smith jerseys just because he stepped foot on the field. There's a lot of storylines you could go with it and run with it. If he actually goes out there and wins a few games. And Alex Smith, yes, I get it. We were 6-3, 6-2, when he was our quarterback, and I loved it. I was enjoying it. I didn't care. We won games. We were winning games ugly. We beat the Cowboys 20-17. We beat the Giants 20-17, low scoring games. We beat Tampa Bay 16-3, where Alex, like Vernon Davis, was right here. He was wide open down the field. Like nobody was around him, like 10 yards around Vernon Davis. Alex Smith chucks the pass, and the ball just flies to the sideline. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? We could have had an easy touchdown to Vernon Davis. It could have just been a blowout. Could have been won the game. But Alex Smith, he was just inaccurate. He was a check down guy. Everywhere he's gone, 49ers, he got booted out for a younger guy in Colin Kaepernick. Then, what's his name? Andy Reid trades him away to us and Pat Mahomes. Next thing you know, Pat Mahomes is MVP, buying more minority shares of the Kansas City Royals and getting big contracts and throwing dimes, 50 touchdowns, getting MVPs. So, we don't have a lot of weapons around him either. I think we have a couple guys, but Alex Smith coming back, I think it's just better to start Dwayne Haskins, in my opinion, actually develop a quarterback. I think we need to do more of that and develop a quarterback. So now if Alex Smith comes back somehow and beats out Dwayne Haskins, shame on Dwayne Haskins, and it is what it is. Alex Smith is going to start. But honestly, I just don't see Alex Smith playing it down this year. I just don't. I have to see it to believe. I want to see him run first. I want to see him run. I don't believe. I saw him running that E60 Project 11, and he was limping. He was not running straight. He was not running. He was running pretty good for a guy that almost had his leg amputated, but he wasn't running good enough for somebody that's going to play in the NFL. In my opinion, I just I know Tom Brady's as slow as a snail, but Alex Smith running around, it did not look good at all. It did not look good at all. Herman Hawkins said, "Go skins since 1976." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Skeptical Silver Skeleton said, hasn't had some meat on his bones. Good things for a quarterback. Yeah, you can compare him to Ben Roethlisberger. He's a big fella. You got to take hits. He has lost some weight. I'm happy he has done that, so he can be more of a mobile quarterback, a dual threat quarterback. Not expecting him to run around for 100 yards in a game, but he can definitely run for a first down and get the first down and move the chains like he did in that Lions game last year. So I'm happy that he lost the weight. It shows that he really locked in as well. Tap King 13, shout out to him. That's my guy. He said Terry McLaurin's that dude, and he's only going to get better. Yes, sir. He's going to get a lot better. He's going to be a Pro Bowl player before it's all said and done. He's going to be an All-Pro before it's all said and done. He was not in the top 100, which is ridiculous. They put DK Metcalf in there, which is, of course, more of a popularity contest, and he won games with Russell Wilson, the better quarterback. So I get why they put DK Metcalf in the top 100 and not Terry McLaurin, but Terry McLaurin definitely should have been in the top 100. His Madden rating was okay. I don't really care about Madden because I don't even play Madden. Haven't played in a long time. But they kind of snubbed him with that as well. So, but it is what it is. He's not going to get the recognition he deserves until we start winning more games. So, but Terry McLaurin is a beast. Nobody stopped him last year. Stephen Gilmore was the best corner in the game, and Terry McLaurin was cooking him up. So, Terry McLaurin is a beast. Dwayne Haskins Jr. is in the building. Shout out to my man Dwayne Haskins, man. Shout out to Dwayne Haskins. That's my guy right there. He's in the building. You've been working hard, Dwayne. You've had a tough offseason. You've been working hard. I've been watching the Instagram videos, the Twitter videos, all that stuff, man. I just hope it translates to the field. I really hope it translates to the field. Sports fan all day said, instead, you're a Broncos fan? Instead of signing a random wide receiver that is a free agent, why don't we go after Darvin Kinsey that is on our practice squad? I think he has very. So if you're Redskins, why do you have? I mean, if you're a Washington football team fan, why do you have a Broncos picture? Yeah, why do you have a Broncos picture? Broncos is such a random team, honestly. In Denver, this is a random team. He said, yeah. So Darvin Kinsey's okay, but you can't really rely on him. I think we need a better wide receiver, a better veteran wide receiver. You see what happened to Cody Latimer. I'm honestly not a big Cody Latimer fan anyway, even if he didn't have a charge or multiple felonies. I wasn't the biggest Cody Latimer fan to begin with. He hasn't really done much in his career. I think he's a good fourth option on the team or fifth option. So honestly, I would cut him if it were up to me, and I would possibly go after a veteran wide receiver. Darvin Kinsey, he's okay. I think he's played pretty well in preseason in previous years. Now, he did drop a couple passes. He did fumble in the game against the Cleveland Browns last year, our first preseason game. So he definitely needs to improve in his ball control and his ball security. But yeah, I think we just need to help out Terry McLaurin more, and to help out a young developing quarterback in Dwayne Haskins. I think we should definitely bring in Josh Gordon. Now, a lot of people don't want to bring in Josh Gordon because of the reefer and him being allegations of him being an alcoholic and a drug fiend. So but now they're not testing for it. So I think it's going to be a short season. What the heck? 10 games, 1-year deal, veteran minimum. Bring in Josh Gordon, man. Help Terry McLaurin out. Help Steven Sims Jr. out. Help out Dwayne Haskins. He doesn't really have a legitimate tight end threat either. A pass-catching tight end. I think Thaddeus Moss has the most potential out of all the tight ends. But I think we need a veteran receiver that can help. And Antonio Clown he has terrible CTE. So I would not bring him in. He's retiring one day and then saying he's going to play the next day. So I wouldn't bring in Antonio Clown. I think the best option, honestly, seriously, is Josh Gordon. He actually didn't play that bad last year. With the Seahawks. So I wouldn't I would possibly go after Josh Gordon. And Darvin Kinsey, who knows? I don't even know if he can beat out Trey Quinn. Trey Quinn, I know a lot of people don't like Trey Quinn, but I don't know if he's going to even beat out Trey Quinn or Cam Sims. Cam Sims is above the depth chart of Darvin Kinsey, and Trey Quinn is above the depth chart of Darvin Kinsey. And I think Isaiah Wright, undrafted free agent out of Temple, I think he's above the depth chart of Darvin Kinsey as well. So he has potential on the upside. So there's a couple guys who are in front of Darvin Kinsey. Right now, the roster is Terry McLaurin, Steve Sims Jr., and after that is AGG, who's a rookie. And then after that is probably Trey Quinn and Cam Sims. So those are the 5 receivers. And maybe you throw in Darvin Kinsey or Isaiah Wright, and those are the 6 receivers you have on those rosters. So there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of guys with minimal minimal, barely any experience in the league. Cam Sims is injury prone. He's been injured in and out of games. Trey Quinn, a lot of people have given up on him. So our wide receiver core, it needs some help. It needs some help. It needs some depth. Because like I said, if they take Terry out of the game, then who else is gonna? I love Steve Sims, but if they double and take Terry out of the game, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough. And if Terry pulls a hammy, he pulled a hammy last year and missed the Giants game. If he's not available, then it's going to be a rough day. It's going to be a rough day. Not a lot of guys to help out a young rookie quarterback. You see what they did with Drew Lock. They drafted Jerry Jeudy. They have Cortland Sutton. They drafted him. I think they brought in another free agent. They drafted another tight end. So you see what other teams have done for their younger quarterbacks, and they've done a lot to help them out. So. But I think AGG has a lot of potential. I think AGG can be really, really good. You just got to see it to believe it. He's really young. So, Kenny Man Fitness said, Ed, how do you feel about bringing back Rashad Ross? He was baking people in the XFL. He was. I think he signed with the Carolina Panthers, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody did sign him, though. Let me get some more comments here. Redskins Bay, I see you. I'm going to get to your comment, man. I see you, man. I think somebody became a channel. Dor Gunner, thank you for becoming a member. That's my guy. My man's Dor Gunner. Thank you, my man. That's my guy, man. He's always in the streamer. He's always in the stream. That's my guy. Shout out to my man, Dor Gunner. He's a new channel member. I try to treat my channel members very, very, very well. Very well. Jay Bell said has his MVP. Andrew Oliver said Jay Gruden Jr. is in the building. He does look like Jay Gruden a little bit. He does look like he could be Jay Gruden's son. I can't stand Jay Gruden. Jay was smoking a Jay. But I cannot stand Jay Gruden. All the rumors we heard about Jay Gruden with him and Capri Bibbs, I don't really want to talk about Jay Gruden too much, honestly, because he pisses me off. Neil Prater said, if I was Alex Smith, I'm walking out on $26 million. Yeah, a lot of his money is guaranteed. A lot of money is guaranteed. So if he does suit up, he gets all that money. And even if he doesn't play, he gets a lot of money as well. So he's kind of in a win-win situation, honestly. And then the money that he's made before with the San Francisco 49ers, the money that he's made with the Chiefs. Alex is swimming in money, man. If you watch Project 11, you saw his house, big house, has a nice wife, kids. He has a beautiful family. He just has a nice family. He has basically everything that you want. So if Alex Smith decides to sit down and not play anymore, nobody would be mad at him at all, honestly. So. Big Simple. Shout out to my man's Big Simple 422. He said, we lit. He's an ACTR for real. Shout out to Big Simple. Make sure you guys sub him up as well. That's my guy. So it's all said nothing but Spiegels in the top 100. I think I did see some bum Eagles got in the top 100. Probably some Cowboys got in there too. Patrick West, what's up, man? JB Hardy one, what's up, man? Redskins Bay 12, man. The fourth donation of the night. That's my guy. Shout out to the OG. He said they gave Terry McLaurin the highest rate of all rookie wide receivers, and he wasn't on there. Shows the league don't mess with us and hates that short pervert Dan Snyder. Yeah, Pro Football Focus gave a lot of love to Terry McLaurin. I think he had the most contested catches out of rookie receivers. And there was one stat where he was like right next to Odell Beckham, and Pro Football Focus rated him as the best receiver, I think, since like 2015 or something like that. So he was compared to Odell Beckham as well. Terry McLaurin, we got a star in Terry McLaurin. We really did. We got a star in Terry. We really did. He's going to be really, really good for years. He has potential to be a Hall of Famer. If he can keep it up and get better and elevate his game, which I think he will. He's such a hard worker. He should have a C on his chest. He better have a C on his chest, in my opinion. I really do. I think he should have a C on his chest next season. This season coming up, I really think he should have a C on it. Just the way he carries himself. He's a great leader. And there was many times that Dwayne Haskins overthrew the ball, and he didn't show up Dwayne at all, not one bit. Somebody like Odell Beckham would have been crying on the sidelines, tears, hitting the kicking net, smashing himself in the face with a kicking net. And Terry McLaurin is just straight class. He went over, talked to Dwayne Haskins, pumped him up. And, they got better as the season went along. There's a lot of ways that Terry McLaurin could have been pissed off and showing up Dwayne a couple of times. But Dwayne got better. They got a lot of chemistry from Ohio State. They got better throughout the season. And the Eagles game, he torched the Eagles. He's the Eagle killer. Just like Santana Moss is the Cowboy killer, Terry McLaurin is the Eagle killer. 1,000 subs with no video challenge. What's up, man? What's going on, man? Redskins game said don't sleep on Kizzy. I don't want to sleep on him, but he hasn't done anything. There's just nothing I can really, there's nothing that can really wake me up about Darvin Kinsey as well. MMKG Studios, he's a Giants fan. He's Moose Kamal. He's changed his name. He says, I want Josh Gordon. Your receivers are not that bad. The Giants receivers actually aren't that bad, though. They're actually not that bad. But you can have if you want Josh Gordon, go get him. Door Gunner, channel member, he said Metcalf is like Dez Bryant, not a good route runner and relies solely on his size. Yeah, that is true. He's really fast though. He's faster than Dez. Runs a 4.340. He's a workout warrior, super fast. He's a big guy, man. He's really big. DK Metcalf is going to be really good. He just has a really good quarterback. He has Russell. If Terry McLaurin would have had Russell Wilson, he probably would have had like 1,500, 1,600 yards last year. But he had 3 quarterbacks that he played with. Matt Smith said Josh Gordon can smoke all the reefer he wants as long as we win. I feel you on that, man. It's legal now in DC, so it is what it is, man. Go ahead and do your thing. As long as you're not doing any other drugs than just, reefer and maybe drink a little bit of alcohol, that is fine with me. Just keep your head on straight. Don't go to any strip clubs like Lou Will, for the Clippers. Just go to Ashburn, Landover, and home, and that's it. That's all you need to go. And maybe get some groceries. Somebody or DoorDash, that's all you need to do. DoorDash, somebody deliver your groceries. Stay at home. Stay at home, man. Don't do anything crazy, please, Josh. I'll bring you on a 1-year deal. It's only going to be, like I said, it's only going to be 10 to 12 games this year anyway. It's not going to be a full season. It's going to be 10 to 12 games this year. So I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Soy sauce. Yeah, we do. We need a dependable tight end. We do. We need a dependable tight end. We do. I like Thaddeus Moss. I like Hale Hinges, but everybody else, I'm just not a big fan. Logan Thomas is okay. Hasn't done much in his career. He has the athletic. Glenn Jackson says, no, he's not. No, he's not. Don't say that. He's not going to be off that. That's the little extreme. He's not going to be doing that. We're going to keep his head on straight, be focused on football, and that's it. Dora Gunner said we signed an offensive lineman and a linebacker today. Yeah, we just signed a linebacker. I think he played with the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot his name. We did cut Jeremy Vucinovic, and we cut somebody else. We cut somebody else too. Emmanuel Hall. He had the torn Achilles, so he got waived. So we just filled in the roster part with a guard and a linebacker. I don't even know their names. They probably will make the roster now because they need extra guys because somebody gets the virus. Say Brandon Sheriff gets the virus. Knock on wood. We're going to need another offensive guard just to fill in. So the roster is going to be bigger. So we'll see what happens with that. Andrew said, what's his name? Jimmy Moreland's about to be fired. Yes, he is. Carl Ryan said, let's get Josh Gordon and Chris Hogan thoughts on that. We'll definitely talk about that. I talked about Josh Gordon. Kenny Man Fitness. Shout out to my guy. Hey, he said he's going to become a channel member. Make sure you check out his channel. Make sure you guys sub to him, man. If you want to get fit and in shape. I know some of the gyms are closed. Some of the gyms are open back up now. But if you want to, get that workout in, go to the gym, work out at home, make sure you sub to my man's Kenny Man Fitness, man. I'm definitely watching his videos and getting back in shape. I had a dad bod, so I'm trying to get back in shape. I really am. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Shout out to my man's Kenny Man Fitness. You will get taken care of. I'm going to try to start doing some giveaways to my channel members as well. So I want to do some giveaways for my subscribers as well. So I'm gonna try to get that going as well. Thank you once again, my man's Kenny. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. Bobby S says Alex Smith needs to relax, eat a sandwich, and drink a glass of milk. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I agree with you. I think he should honestly hang it up. But who am I to tell a grown man what to do? If he wants to come back, then go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and do it. It'd be crazy to see. Like I said, it's 2020, so you can never count anybody out. This has been a weird, crazy year. So, right now he's third on the depth chart. He's behind Dwayne Haskins and Kyle Smith. He is on the PUP list right now, so he is allowed to practice on the sidelines. He's not allowed to practice with the team or do any team activities with hitting or anything like that. But he's allowed to throw the football on the side, maybe with Ken Zampese and Scott Turner, and learn the playbook. That's what he's allowed to do right now. He'd be a great mentor for Dwayne Haskins, of course. He mentored Patrick Mahomes. He showed Colin Kaepernick the ropes, and Colin Kaepernick. Every quarterback that plays after Alex Smith becomes a really, really good quarterback. So if history repeats itself, that'd be really, really good for Dwayne Haskins. Alex Smith, of course, he was 6-3, 6-4, 6-3 before he got injured. We were at the top of the NFC East. He's more of a game manager. He's more of a check down quarterback. He doesn't like to throw the ball downfield, where Dwayne Haskins actually likes to push the ball downfield. And Scott Turner wants to push the ball downfield. That's the thing about Alex Smith. Everywhere he's gone, the quarterback, the coaches wanted to move on from him in a heartbeat. They've been quick to move on from Alex Smith, and there's a reason for that. Alex Smith he's a good quarterback. He's a winner. That's what he is. He's a winner. Some people are winners and some people are losers. I think Kirk Cousins isn't a bad quarterback. I think he's just a loser, though, in my opinion. He's more of a loser than a winner, in my opinion. He's more of a stat patter, where Alex Smith is a game manager and he wins games. The games are ugly, but he's winning them. He went to the playoffs multiple times with the Chiefs, went to the playoffs multiple times with the 49ers. I think if Alex Smith was still healthy, we would have went to the playoffs. Like I said, the remaining schedule, we probably would have beat the Eagles at home. We would have beat the Giants at home. We would have beat the Jaguars, as we did with Josh Johnson. We would have beat the Titans, in my opinion. So that's 4 wins right there. Even if we don't win the 4 games that I said, we would have won at least 3 of those games. It would have been 9-7 and would have made the playoffs in the NFC least or the NFC East. We would have made the playoffs with Alex Smith. We would have stayed upright and healthy. So, but I think Dwayne Haskins should be our starter. I think we should develop the young guy. Let's just develop our young guys. That's what we've been doing. That's been the motive. And it's a new year. It's a new era under Ron Rivera. I think we should just develop the young guys like Bryce Love, see what he has, see what AGG has. Antonio Gibson, some young talent that we want to see on this offense. And I think throwing Alex in there, on 1.5 leg, just would not be the best for the Washington football team, in my opinion. I just don't think it would. Now, like I said, if Alex Smith comes in there and lights it on fire in training camp somehow, and he's throwing dimes and darts to Terry McLaurin and Steve Sims and AGG, and he just somehow, some way beats out Haskins and beats out Kyle Allen, then it is what it is. He's just got to start, and that's Haskins' fault. Shamar Doster said ACTR. I think he's an Eagles fan, though. I think you're an Eagles fan. Chill Dude, another channel member. He said, have you had a chance to check out some of the new Red Wolves concept uniforms? By far my favorite. I have not been able to look at some of them. I have seen some of them here and there. But I'm definitely for the Red Wolves. Like I said, I couldn't care. I'm over the name change. I'm ready for it to be over with and just pick a real new name. But I couldn't care if we were the Washington Cupcakes. I just want to see us win football games. But I'm gonna check out some more of the Red Wolves concept. I have seen some more of them. Some of them do look really, really cool. If we do become the Red Wolves, I definitely will be buying some new gear if we do become the Red Wolves in 2021. That would be lit, though. I'm gonna definitely check them out. Chill Dude. I'm gonna definitely check them out. Tap King says Scary Terry is gonna be a stud. Kenny Man Fitness said Ed. So what wide receiver would you grab? Like I said, I would grab Josh Gordon. I know a lot of people don't want Josh Gordon, but I would. Glenn Jackson said, "Yo, Ed, what do you think about Martavius Bryant? He is not." I think he opted out. Martavius Bryant does not want to play football. He said that multiple teams have been interested, but he has not tried for reinstatement. He does not want to play football this year. So, what wide receiver? Chris Hogan, I'm not really a fan of. He has some ties with the Panthers and Ron Rivera. He might be an option. Demaryius Thomas, in my opinion, is a little washed up. And the other guys are like Taylor Gabriel. I wouldn't be mad at Taylor Gabriel. He lit us up on Monday Night Football. And then Tavon Austin, who is a Baltimore native, I would not go after Tavon Austin. The only guy we'll go after is really Josh Gordon and maybe Taylor Gabriel. Maybe those guys. Those are the only guys that we'll go after right now. Let's see here. Janky Justin said, who's the Giants killer? Terry McLaurin is a Giants killer, too. He has really good games against the Giants. Steve Sims was the Giants killer last year. He was balling last year. He was balling. Let's see here. Franklin Walker, thank you for the donation. He said, "Hey, we need to pick up Riley Stapleton from Jay Madison's. No one picked him up. He will be a great tight end for us." Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think we need to get more of a proven tight end, though. Somebody that we know that can really help Dwayne Haskins right now. Riley Stapleton, he might, need some developing. He probably will because he's a young guy. He hasn't really done much in the NFL at all. So this is just another unproven rookie that we have to develop. I think we need a veteran. A lot of people are saying Delaney Walker. He's been injury prone. I know he's an ancient tight end. He's more of a guy of the past. But I wouldn't be mad if they brought in Delaney Walker on a 1-year deal, a 1-year prove-it deal. Like I said, it's a shortened season. I think that would be better than Logan Thomas and Richard Rodgers, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be mad at Delaney Walker. But yeah, we can bring in Riley Stapleton. I don't see him beating out Thaddeus Moss or Hale Hinches though, for the roster. So, but yeah, we can definitely bring him in for camp and see what he does, see what he can do. JB Hardy said Kirk buckled under pressure too many times. That is true. Franklin Walker, thank you for the donation once again. But yeah, our tight end position, man, it's rough. We do need some help with the tight end position. We do need some help with the tight end position. Like I said, we can bring in some more guys if you would like. We'll take a look at Riley Stapleton. That would be nice. James Madison guy. Jimmy Moreland was a James Madison. So some more guys are coming out of James Madison as well. Bobby S said this year's going to be a wash. People, there's a great possibility there's going to be no season. Right now, we would all be a training camp. As soon as one team breaks out with the plague, it's over. Well, I mean, look at MLB. Yeah, that's the bad thing about it. That's why I think it's bubble or nothing. But it's hard to put NFL guys in a bubble. All the players, not just the players, but the staff, the training staff, the equipment staff, all those guys. You have to put those guys in a bubble as well. So it would be really, really hard to do that. Marquette Edwards says, "Go Washington football team with the mad face." Shamar, you're a Giants fan. I thought you were Eagles fan. I really did. I thought you were Eagles fan for real. Matt Smith says, "Has Larry Michael made any noise at all since his retirement? I know he gave a statement, but we heard anything else?" Scary Larry has not made a statement. I have not heard anything from him since the Washington Post article came out. I think it's best for him to probably stay low. It's probably best for him to stay low. Dan and Larry, they knew the article was coming out, so Larry was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna retire. I'm gonna fake retire and just step out. I'm gonna just head out. I'm gonna head out." He basically said, "I'm gonna head out." After he saw the article and knew what was coming out, before they could fire him. But I think Dan just let him retire out of respect. Larry's been there for a long time. He's been doing Redskins Nation. He's been doing play-by-play. It's unfortunate that he was a creep, or that he's a creep like that. But I don't think I'm so scared Larry or Larry Michael will be saying anything at all. So I don't think he's going to be saying anything at all. Valora Watt said Taylor Gabriel's free. Yeah, he is from the Bears. He is free. He is free. He is free. He is a free agent. He is a free agent. So he is available. I would take a look at Taylor Gabriel. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Taylor. He's not the best. He's not a world beater, but I wouldn't mind taking a look at Taylor Gabriel. I wouldn't mind taking a look at him. Landon Ishmael, thank you for the donation. That's my guy. He said, "You think Chase Young will learn how to play NFL fast, or will it take time?" I think he's gonna get 9 sacks. I think he's gonna get 9 sacks this year. I think he's 9.5. You look at Nick Bosa; he had 9.5. 9.5 is pretty good. Montez Sweat had 7 sacks. It took Montez Sweat a little bit of time to get comfortable, and I think he has a better defensive coordinator now, and Jack Del Rio, and a better head coach in Ron Rivera, 2 defensive-minded coaches that will get these guys in the right position to succeed, and coach them up better than, terrible Greg Minuski and the previous staff. So I think Chase Young is definitely going to have a really good rookie season. I think he's going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously. I think that it's going to be pretty easy for him. And like I said, with this rotation, with the nasty defensive front, I think he's going to have at least 9.5 sacks. So I think he will learn how to play fast. And he just has the physical tools, the athleticism, the explosiveness, the instinct. He knows how to use his hands. So I think Chase Young will definitely learn very fast. Like I said, he's a great coach. And with Jack Del Rio, once again, even though Jack Del Rio will be saying some crazy stuff on Twitter, I think he's really going to coach up Chase Young. You see his track record with Julius Peppers and Von Miller. So I think Chase Young is going to be great. He's going to be elite, better than the Bosa brothers. I think Chase Young, like I said, once again, 9.5 sacks. He's going to have 3 forced fumbles. One of them is going to be against Danny Fumbles. He's going to force Danny Fumble to fumble. He's going to have a strip sack. And I think he's going to have I'm going to say 2 interceptions. He's going to have a nice tip. He's going to tip the ball, catch it, and run it in for the run into the end. He's going to have a pick 6. So I see Chase Young having a pick 6. 9.5 sacks. Couple tackles for loss, of course, and 3 forced fumbles for Chase Young as a rookie. Those are my projected stats for Chase Young. So I think he will learn fast and be ready to play. Franklin Walker, shout out to my man Franklin Walker. Another donation. That's my guy right there. He said, "Ed, trust me, this young man tape, not sure why this young man wasn't drafted." Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Hey, you look at Thaddeus Moss wasn't drafted. I'm going to check out Riley Stapleton's tape. But you got to think about Thaddeus Moss wasn't drafted. He was a steal. He was probably the best undrafted. A lot of people had Thaddeus Moss going in the 4th or 5th round. So that's crazy to me that he wasn't drafted. Hunter Bryant out of Washington. A lot of people had him in the 4th or 5th round. Hunter Bryant wasn't drafted. So that's another tight end. So a lot of the GMs did not like the tight end class this year. A lot of guys who were really, really good went undrafted. So I don't know why Riley Stapleton wasn't drafted. I don't know why Thaddeus Moss, maybe because of the foot injury. Hunter Bryant with his injury-prone history. So a lot of good tight ends were undrafted. So a lot of good tight ends were undrafted. Reddy Red is in the house. He's a Cowboys fan. Shout out to Reddy Red. He's a funny guy. Yes, Bryce Love is cleared to return, JB Hardy. Yes, he passed his physical. He's ready to go. He will be playing this year. So it makes the running back room even more loaded. it makes it even more controversial. There's so many running backs. A big name will be cut. I think Darius Geis was cleared to play as well. So we have a lot of running backs. Peyton Barber's on the roster. J.D. McKissic's on the roster. Antonio Gibson is listed as a running back because he is wearing 24. He's not wearing a wide receiver number. He's not wearing like number 17 like Terry McLaurin, and he's not wearing number 80 like or 81 like Art Monk back in the day. He's not wearing numbers through the 80s, and he's not wearing numbers from 10 to 19. So that shows you what they're going to list Antonio Gibson as now. Since Cody Latimer, who knows? I would just cut Cody Latimer, to be honest with you. I don't really care what the outcome of the case is. I would just cut him because I don't think he's really going to help the team that much anyway. He could take reps away from AGG, which I think AGG should get more reps than Cody Latimer, in my opinion. So I would just cut Cody Latimer. So Antonio Gibson now could be listed as a wide receiver instead of a running back. If you want to keep AP, if you want to keep Geis, if you want to keep Bryce Love and J.D. McKissic, that's 4 running backs right there. And then possibly keep I don't know about keeping Peyton Barber, but you keep 5 running backs instead of making Peyton Barber. Instead of cutting Peyton Barber, you want to keep Peyton Barber, and then just have Antonio Gibson listed as a wide receiver to fill in. So they could do that. He's just so versatile. So there's multiple ways that you can really use Antonio Gibson, and so that's interesting what they could do there. Diesel the Hall, what's up, man? That's my guy. He's always on Twitter. That's my guy, Diesel the Hall. He's always retweeting my videos and shouting me out and stuff like that. He's a great guy. Shout out to Diesel the Hall. Skins fan all day. He's a channel member as well, man. He's putting the ACTR, the Cowgirls pillows in there. Matt Smith, thank you for the donation, man. He said Big Ed earning that money tonight. No questions left unanswered. You already know what it is, man. I try to get to everybody's comments. You know what it is. Whether it's a donation or not, I still try to get to everybody's comments, man. I really do. Dwayne Haskins Jr. said Chase Young pick 6 first game like Kerrigan did. I see it happening. I see Chase Young getting a pick 6 this season. I really do. I believe it. I see it. I see it right now. I see it right. I think it's going to be against Danny Fumbles, or it's going to be against Joe Burrow. I see him picking off Joe Burrow. Just one of those tip passes, catching it and running to the end zone. I can see it against Carson Wentz too. I see it week 1. I see it. And then, there's going to be no fans in the stands. If there was fans in the stands, I know people would still sing the song Hell to the you-know-what. They would still sing it instead of saying Hell to the football team. So if they do allow fans in the stands, if there's, 10% capacity, I know people are just going to be singing the song regardless and probably still wearing their Skins gear in the stadium. I don't know if they're going to be allowed in the stadium if they come to the stadium wearing old Skins gear. But, I just see it. If they do allow fans in the stands, it would be funny when people start singing the song. Let's see. If Valor Watt said Thaddeus Moss is really upset he went undrafted, biggest chip on his shoulder. Yeah, he's pissed off. You saw his interview. And we all know his dad is Randy Moss. He's got a big name to live up to. I'm not expecting him to be anything like Randy Moss, but in college, he had 40 catches, 0 drops. He showed up big in big games. The national championship, had 2 touchdowns against Clemson in a big game, and played very well in the Final Four game against Oklahoma. So Thaddeus Moss showed up big. He's not the fastest guy, but he has great hands, good footwork, and he's just like his dad with the hands. So I can't wait to see Thaddeus Moss play. And he loves to block too. He loves to block. So I'm excited about that. Let's see here. Kenny Davis, thank you for the donation. He's a Rockets fan. We'll see what happens with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. We'll see what happens with you guys in the bubble. All you guys want to do is shoot threes. You guys don't even have a big man right now. You traded away Clint Capella. So the Rockets, I'm excited to see the Rockets play in the bubble. I was watching the Rockets play the other day, and they won in preseason. They were hitting threes left and right, man. It was crazy. Like, they were just shooting threes. Every shot was a 3. Like, they didn't even want to shoot a layup. Everything was a 3. It was crazy. He says, I think we could use Deshaun Jackson again. What you think? Well, Deshaun Jackson's still under contract for the Bum Eagles. So I don't see us getting Deshaun Jackson anytime soon. I think he's very injury prone. I barely seeing him play. He's just bound to get injured. He's just so frail and skinny. Even with us, you can never really count on Deshaun Jackson to play 16 games. You maybe 12 out of the 16 or 13 maybe out of the 16. But he's so good. I mean, he's a home run hitter. You already know he's flash. He's probably the fastest. He's probably still arguably the fastest receiver in the league right now. He really is. But your best ability is your availability, and Deshaun Jackson is barely there. So I wouldn't go after Deshaun Jackson right now because he's injury prone. I really don't think we could use Deshaun Jackson. But it would have to be for a trade, and I wouldn't trade anything more than a 6th-round pick for Deshaun Jackson because he's just so injury prone, or maybe like a 5th-round pick for Deshaun Jackson. He's in the tail end of his career. I could definitely see Deshaun Jackson probably retiring in the next 2 or 3 years because he's had so many injuries. You know, the ab injury this year, or I think he had an abdominal injury this year that sidelined him for the rest of the season. And he's just has so many injuries. Like every time he catches the ball, he just falls down because he doesn't want to take a hit because he knows if he takes a hit, he's so fragile. He might be out for the next 2 games. He's another bubble boy right there too. Mike Lowry says he grew up with Bryce Love. See him a few weeks ago working out. He definitely looked ready. I can't wait to see him play. He's so explosive, so elusive. I mean, he's a home run hitter. We need some more home run hitters. Him combined with Darius Geis and Adrian Peterson, that would be a running back crew by committee. It would be a net. We have if healthy, we have one of the best running back cores in the league. You know, Adrian Peterson's a beast. You know, he's always healthy. He had 800 something yards last year. 2018, he had 1,000-yard season. He won us a few games alone just by himself. He carried us in a few games. So Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, you saw what happened in the Panthers game. You know, happy Thanksgiving, how we got Ron Rivera fired with the nasty stiff arm by Darius Geis. And Bryce Love finally healthy. He was a steal in the 4th round. So Bryce Love, he could be that sleeper. He could be that secret weapon that people don't know about, that people haven't seen yet. So to have a bullet hitting in the chamber like that and a Bryce Love, man, that could be really scary. We could just run the ball down people's throats, man. I'm telling you, he breaks a lot of tackles. Smart guy. He actually said after he finishes football, he wants to become a doctor. He's a smart guy, went to Stanford. So I can't wait, man. He was a runner-up Heisman in 2017. If he would have stayed healthy, he probably would have been a 1st or 2nd round pick, man. Ran a 4.40, super fast. So I can go on and on about Bryce Love. I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see Bryce. We've been waiting for Bryce Love, man. We've been waiting for a lot of Bryce Love. We want to get a lot of love for Bryce Love. We can't wait. We can't wait to see Bryce Love play. Pedro Smith, shout out to Pedro Smith. Make sure you guys sub him up. He's a great Redskins YouTuber or DC Sports YouTuber. He's great, man. Make sure you sub him. I've collabed with Pedro many a times. He goes live on Friday nights. So make sure you hit the notification bell for my guy Pedro Smith. He says sign Josh Gordon. Yeah, I agree. Sign Josh Gordon. 1-year deal. Who cares, man? Who cares? You do a 1-year deal. Who cares? You know, it's a shortened season anyway. It's going to be a shortened coronavirus season. It's going to be a shortened season. Who cares? It's a 1-year deal. Help out your young quarterback. He needs more receivers. We need more depth. Like I said, if Terry McLaurin gets a hamstring injury, it's going to be a long day for us. It's going to be a long day. We need more depth at the position. I like Cam Sims, but he's not reliable. He's been injury prone here and there. Trey Quinn, I think everybody can agree that they don't like Trey Quinn. They want to see him cut. And Cody Latimer, even if he beats the charge, I would cut him anyway. I just don't think he's that great of a receiver, in my opinion. So our receivers, we just need a little bit of help. And one guy, like I said, would not hurt for 1 year. Door Gunner, he just became a channel member. Thank you for the donation. Again, another donation from my man, Door Gunner. He says, email from the team today, from the Redskins. From the Washington football team. Everybody's talking about it. You put $1 in the jar if you say the word, but I won't be doing that. Email from team today said fans required to wear masks. I did see that. Season ticket holders can get credit or refund if they opt out. I am opting out, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Gunner. I don't blame you. I mean, it's so easy to get the virus, and you know it affects. Some people don't get it. Some people are asymptomatic and don't get any symptoms. You know, some people are saying the virus is a hoax and all that. I think the virus is real. A lot of people get sick from it. Older people, you go around your mom, your grandma, get them sick, and they probably end up not doing well, end up in the hospital, and who knows what happens from there. So I don't blame you for not going. I really want to go to. I would love to go to training camp this year. I would love to go to a game. I really wanted to go to the Ravens game to see us play against Lamar Jackson, Axel Jackson, and see Chase Young sack him. But I won't be going to that game. I won't be going to any game. But yeah, I don't blame you. It's nice that it's good they're giving guys. It's good they're giving season ticket holders refunds as they should. And you know, if people do go to the game, you know, I'm hoping that they come back healthy and don't contract the virus at all. So, but yeah, it's rough. It's unfortunate, you know, but it's the right thing to do to have no fans. I think they should have 0 fans at the games, in my opinion. I think they should have 0. Just like baseball, have no fans. Just like NBA, NHL, 0 fans at the games, in my opinion. 0 fans. Don't have any fans at the game. Um, Justo Band said Adrian Peterson is the only running back that's ever healthy. I think y'all should move on from Geis if he can't play this. Justo Bands, I don't know who you're a fan of, but yeah, I agree with you. I agree. If Darius Geis gets hurt again, then it's time to move on. It really is. There's some good running backs in the draft coming up next year. A lot of people are talking about Travis Etienne out of Clemson. You know, somebody said that in my previous video talking about Travis Etienne. Now he's going to be a first round pick, so you're going to have to get a high pick to get him. You know, so who knows? But there's always some good running backs coming out. You know, so you just probably have to move on. You know, if Darius Geis gets another, knock on wood, if he gets another knee injury, I think it is time to move on. And I think Ron probably would move on. We have so many running backs on the roster, so I think Ron would move on if Darius Geis gets injured again. Now, now you can look at it this way: Dalvin Cook, you know, he had multiple knee injuries. Leonard Fournette has had multiple knee injuries, and they've bounced back and played well. Adrian Peterson had an ACL injury one time. He bounced back and came back. They haven't had multiple tears in the knee and missed, you know, so many games and been on IR so many times like Darius Geis has. Unfortunately, he's a bubble boy. He needs to be wrapped up in bubble. Even if we had a preseason, I would not play Darius Geis at all. But like I said, I can't disagree with you if they decide to move on from Darius Geis at the end of the season if he gets injured again. Door Gunner, thank you for the donation again. He said, "Join me for a game in 2020." I'm gonna try to, man. Definitely, I'm gonna definitely try to go to a game. Just let me know, hit me up, man. I'm easily accessible, and we'll definitely go to a game in 2021. I'm down for that. FedEx Field, you know, chop it up, you know, sit back, have a brew, you know, eat some tenders or something at the game, whatever. You know, definitely do that. You know, I love going to the games. I used to go to the games all the time when my dad had season tickets, but you know, we don't have the season tickets anymore. So, but I'll definitely join for the game. I'm definitely down for that. That'd be lit. Oscar Josue Montel, thank you for the donation, man. Thank you for the donation. That's my guy. He's another channel member. Shout out to Oscar Josue Montel. Door Gunner says we will be drafting too high to waste on the running back. I think so too. I don't think we're gonna get a. I don't think we'll be drafting. I think we're drafting two. I think we're gonna be drafting in the top 10. So I wouldn't get a running back in the top 10 either. So I agree with you. You know, if we're drafting in the top 5, you know, unfortunately we might be getting a quarterback if we're drafting in the top 5. That's how I feel. Because if we're like 2-14 or 3-13, then Ron Rivera probably will be looking to move on from Dwayne Haskins. So, but Dwayne Haskins still could have a decent year, and us go maybe 6-10 or 5-11 could have a good statistic year. But if we're like 3-13, 2-14, then yeah, it's going to be a quarterback. It probably will be Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or the guy out of North Dakota State, one of those guys. So we'll see about that. But running back is more later rounds, unless they're just like a Saquon Barkley that good or something like that. Then you get them in the top 5. So that's the only reason. That's the only way. But what's his name? Travis Etienne. If he has a great year, man. If he has a great year, then maybe he might be a top 5 draft pick like Saquon. Dorgan said, "Hit me up if you need seats. I live in Florida and can't make most of the games, plus I'm overseas." Oh, that's a bet. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up, man. Definitely hit you up. Definitely, I got you, man. Seats are lower level, skin side. Oh, that's lit. That's super. Shout out my man's door gunner. Shout out to door gunner. That's my guy, man. He's a channel. That's my guy. Shout out to door gunner, man. You're the real MVP, man. You're the real MVP. Skins fan all day. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, not Skins fan all day. It's Burgundy and Gold fan all day." He said, "Yeah, I'm down for a game also." Yes, sir. That we got to chop it up. I saw my man's down at training camp at Ashburn last year. We had a blast at training camp. We saw Mark Holmes, who's a Cowboys YouTuber. We had a blast. We were just had a great time. It was hot as crap, but we had a blast. We had a great time. Michael Anthony Fitness was down there too. We had a blast, man. It was hot as crap once again, but we had a blast. Saw Dwayne Haskins. I got an autograph from Josh Norman, who's gone now. Montez Sweat, saw him up close and personal. Didn't get his autograph, but I saw him down there. But yeah, guys, I got to get up out of here, man. Jay Anderson, I'll read your comment, and then I got to go, guys. It's been lit. I only go for an hour. So, when I post it, guys, that's why you got to hit the notification bell. And 7 o'clock on Tuesdays is when I usually go. So every Tuesday at 7 is when I usually go live. And I try to post, some type of reminder to let you guys know that I'm going live at 7. I try to do that. So I can only really go for an hour. That's all I got. I know you guys. It's tough for you guys to get in as well. He says if the Washington football team jerks Haskins around again this year, they just go ahead. Around again this year, should they just go ahead and trade him? Yeah, man. If Ron Rivera treats Haskins kind of like a Jay Gruden type of way, and which I don't think is going to happen, but if he decides to start Alex Smith over Dwayne Haskins, you might want to trade him. But now the value that you would get for Dwayne Haskins would be very, very low. It'd probably be what you got for Kyle Allen, like a 5th round pick. The value for Dwayne Haskins would go down a lot if he loses the competition to Alex Smith, or if he even loses the competition to Kyle Allen, which I don't think will happen. But like I said, his value would go down. You probably get like a 5th or 6th round pick. You look at the Dolphins, and they're trying to trade Josh Rosen, and his value is going down remarkably as well. So it would be hard to trade. It wouldn't be hard to trade him, but like I said, the value you get back from him would not be good. And if you do trade Dwayne Haskins, then yeah, if we like I said, we go 3-13 or 2-14 or 4-12, and you trade Dwayne Haskins, then yeah, you're probably going to have to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, one of those guys. And who knows if they're going to be good? They could be busts, possibly. Justin Fields is going to. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be really good, but you just never know. Justin Fields is another Ohio State quarterback. Ohio State quarterbacks haven't done great. Cardale Jones is an XFL quarterback. JT Barrett, wide receiver in the league. So Troy Smith has been a good backup. He's retired now. So Ohio State quarterbacks just haven't really been that great. So, but I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be really good. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I think he's going to prove a lot of doubters wrong. I think Dwayne Haskins is going to have a really, really good season this year. I think he's going to throw like 20 touchdowns and maybe 7 interceptions or like that. So I got some confidence in Dwayne Haskins. I think he's going to be good. But if they do jerk him around, like he said, like if they start Alex Smith and Dwayne Haskins is on the bench and they trade him, sure, I wouldn't be mad at that because I think it's unfair to Dwayne Haskins. 2 different coaches, the way it was handled, him being drafted here, the owner wanted him, but the coach didn't want him. It's been an unfortunate situation here in Washington, and we'll see how this year goes. If it's a bad year, then maybe he does need a fresh start somewhere else. But and you think of it this way, maybe he could just learn more under Alex Smith. But I think trading him, you probably get a fifth round pick back. So, but all right, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be going live again next Tuesday at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for becoming channel members. I got a lot of channel members tonight. You guys will not be disappointed. Like I said, discounted merchandise off my Teespring, and you get cool emojis, cool badges. And once again, like I said, if you are an elite channel member, you will be going live with me once a month. So that's pretty lit. All right, so hail to them skins, man. Hail to the football team. Hashtag HTTWT or HTT FTW. All right, y'all. Hail. Peace.